Good God. Lydia, what happened? You froze the moment you touched the locket. I thought I'd lost you.
I saw her. Athénaïs de Vaucanson. The Comte de Cagliostro has her.
Mon Dieu. It is just as I feared.
He bound her spirit to an automat.
Please, say no more. Athénaïs. It is her spirit that animates you. Is it not?
Yes. I believe so.
Seigneur, quelle abomination. It is vital that you go and find Athénaïs as soon as possible.
She is right in front of you. I am Athénaïs.
Alas, I fear that is not entirely accurate. You know nothing of Athénaïs, Lydia. Nothing of her past, her joys, her suffering. Nothing of her love for her father. You are but the vessel that harbors the poor child's soul.
Where can I find Athénaïs's body?
God only knows. Although I assume that the Comte de Cagliostro is taking pains to keep her alive, this is certainly the only way to keep her spirit alive in you. The only way to free her is to find her body.
Всем здорово, с вами Шустрый. Мы продолжаем проходить Steelrising, и теперь мы точно поняли сюжетную линию. Короче, тема такая: этот граф Калиостро с королем, дело натворили. Стали убивать людей и заточать душу в тела роботов. И не только, и кровью, и там, я так и не понял.
Once he discovered the king's true intentions, he refused to continue cooperating with him. He refused to use his talents to create this abominable army. But the king didn't take kindly to his resignation. Eugène did manage to get a letter to me just before he was arrested. Here, take it.
Бай, друг мой, пишу тебе тайно и ужасной спешки. Да защитит Господь механического почтальона, которого я отправлю к тебе с этим письмом. Меня арестовали, говорят, отвезут в Бастилию, где силой заставят выдать все свои тайны. К счастью, Атинас смогла сбежать, но ее наверняка попытаются выследить. Помоги ей, если можешь. Попади она в их руки, ее используют, чтобы вытянуть из меня нужные сведения. Но будь спокойны, я ничего им не скажу, даже если придется пожертвовать жизнью. Адею, друг твой, Эжен. Попросить помощи ученого.
Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do for you, Aegis?
Do you think there is any way to interrupt my internal clockwork?
To what end?
I would like to briefly sever the bond between my spirit and this automat.
It is a very strange request, madame. For what purpose do you seek to free your soul from its shell?
According to the abbot, my spirit would then be able to visit purgatory.
Oh, that dreadful place. Why on earth would you want to go there?
I hope to find answers to some very important questions.
You must understand, madame, that your very nature is a mystery to us. We are ignorant as to the principle that imbues you with life, nor do we know how your machinery works. That is why it is impossible for us to make even the slightest alteration. It would mean taking an unacceptable risk. Of course, if we had documents that could shed light on the matter.
Antoine, the blueprints.
What blueprints, mon ami?
Lydia's. Eugène gave them to me when he was working on the modifications ordered by the king. He wanted my opinion on the potential for reducing the size of certain key parts. The documents are obsolete now, but they could tell us quite a bit about the mechanical principles that are shared by Lydia and Aegis.
Bon sang, you're right. Where are the blueprints now?
Alas, the situation is not in our favor. I kept them in the safe at the observatory, but earlier, when I went there to collect my most important documents, before setting off for the convent, I found looters making off with its contents.
Blasted scavengers. Their kind are always quick to make the most of chaos.
I chased them to the house, but was unable to apprehend them. When they disappeared into an underground passageway under the Louvre, I decided it was best not to follow them.
You acted wisely, mon ami. The automats are everywhere, and the marauders don't stand much of a chance.
I'll try to track them down. Goodbye, Monsieur Lavoisier.
Ну, наконец-то эти диалоги закончились, потому что я устал. Говорят и говорят. Короче, в чистилище хотят меня отправить. Точнее, автоматона, с которым я играю. Чтобы найти там какого-то чувачка, которому можно задать ряд вопросов, которые изменят судьбу этих парижан. Звучал как вопрос. А сейчас разберемся. Так. Я здесь. Найти чертежи людей. Ладно, я с ним сражаться не буду. Пробегусь так. Ага, где-то там внизу. Интересно, я здесь был, но не нашел в прошлый раз ничего.
The looters from the observatory. Poor souls. They didn't stand a chance.
Ух ты. Ух. Это у него бабахнет. Да. Ух, ё, и меня бабахнул. Тихо, тихо, тихо. Ого. Что там такое сделал?
blueprints. Fortunately, they are in perfect condition. Monsieur Bailly will be delighted.
Да, в прошлый раз я сюда подходил, тут было закрыто. Ладно. Сейчас выйдем через этот пол. Не получится. Блин. Думал, это короткий путь. Так, а куда дальше-то идти? Я не хочу с ними драться, на ебану. Ау. Задело меня все-таки. Так, ловкости у нас вообще никакой нету. Дорогой месье, все чертежи, которые вы просили, украденное не принесло ворам пользы. Они встретили свою смерть. Так, ладно, перемещаемся. Мне просто интересно, как в это чистилище можно попасть. Как они это сделают в игре. Люксембургский ансамбль, квартал французского театра. Cherchez les femmes. Comment allez-vous?
Monsieur Bailly, here are the blueprints you asked for.
Good heavens. You found them.
Your thieves were not able to profit much from their theft. They met with an unfortunate end.
Oh, the poor souls. Their crimes did not deserve such a permanent ending.
Certainly, certainly. Let us look at these documents now, if you will.
No, Antoine, the F-wheel is not part of the cog that transfers the driving force to the escapement.
Diable, you're right. It's driven by the B wheel, and its axis is on the shaft that's visible at this point.
Precisely. In fact, the shaft sits between the conical bearing and the small groove here. See?
True. It's decided then. All we would have to do is separate these two plates to disable the entire thing.
And to put them back in place at the agreed time to start the machine again.
You will not be able to assist me. I have to do it alone. Half a league away.
You must be joking.
By no means. You'll have to find another solution.
Unfortunately, madame, you're asking us to do the impossible.
Oh, ça, par exemple.
Once your spirit is untethered from this automat, it will be impossible for you to start the machine up again.
Hold on, my dear Antoine. Is this device in figure 4? Is it still in place?
Yes, it is. What of it?
Bon sang. It's a timer. It's primitive, true, but fully functional.
The dial has marks from 1 to 15. Probably minutes.
It was to allow Eugène to plan the duration of Ludia's dances in advance.
Oh, I see. And by reversing the position of this peg in the center, we could instead turn it into a period of inactivity.
Nous y sommes, mon ami. Fantastic.
Will Aegis be able to operate this device herself?
We'll make it easier for her. All you have to do is put a bolt there that she can remove when the time is right. Yes, a small iron rod will suffice. We won't have any trouble finding something that will do. When the timer dial reaches 0, the automat will come back to life. However, given the dial's fragility, we will probably get only one chance to try this.
Are you sure that the bond between my soul and this machine will be re-established?
Ma foi, I admit that we can't be sure of this. What do you say, mon père?
Don't be afraid, Aegis. Unless I've been wrong from the beginning, your soul will seek refuge in the only body it has available to it in this world.
Well then, shall we start the preparations?
Let's begin. My fate is in your hands, monsieur.
Voila. Everything is in place. When it's time, just pull on this metal loop to start the timer.
Remember, you will have 15 minutes and no more before your spirit returns to your body. We wish you good luck, madame.
Remember, to get to Rue de Montmorency, you're best going through the cemetery behind the Église Saint-Jacques in the quartier de l'Hôtel de Ville. Here is the key to the gate. Our prayers are with you, my child.
Так, ну все получается. Отправиться в Междумирье. Отлично. Дуэль на шпагах. Угу. Значит, как-то надо тут отбежать. Здесь, кстати, тоже атмосферно, прям так. Я думаю, если бы я через RDR играл, я был бы счастлив. Через новый телек 4К. Но не будем жаловаться, хотя бы на андроиде можно порубиться. Опа. Вот этих я не люблю. Ах. Вот. И как мне сюда попасть, я не знаю. Это вопрос на засыпку. Может просто перепрыгнуть через кладбище? Ага. Она даже не дает. Пси-матрица не дает. Оп. Просто барьер какой-то и все. Так, что, может через низ тогда пройти? Я не знаю. Попробуем через низ пройти. Драться ни с кем тут не буду. Так. Отстань. Ай-яй-яй. Как сюда пробраться? Никак. Чуть не достал. Совсем немножко. Ага, вот мы и дошли. С моим автоматоном. О! Ого, сколько тут пауков. Да подожди, тут еще помимо паучков еще работяга. О, ля-ля-ля. Он своего сам завалил. Прикинь. Тупой робот. Ну, не сказал бы, что совсем тупой. Офигеть, вот это мне сейчас бежать. Надо было хотя бы там это... зарегистрироваться. Все отлично. Так, я уже, по идее, близок к цели. Ого, как он тогда меня достал? Так, получено сущности души, отлично. Так. Ага, вот этот я замок в прошлый раз так и не смог открыть. Отправиться в Междумирье. Ух ты. Ого, чё он такой сильный, да? Так. Ух. Хорош. Ух ты. Это типа срез. Ладно, быстренько сейчас качнемся. Чуть-чуть ловкость. Ого.
Monsieur.
Zounds! Praise be to the Holy Mother of our Lord, at last thou speakest! Gentle dame, you have erred here for so long, not a word uttered. In singular contemplation of such terrible slaughter.
A long time, you say? That's not possible, sir. I've just now appeared to you.
Nay, thou must trust me. And thou wast hardly alone in this limbo. There were many travellers, stiff and silent, all in agony, all bound to the anchor stone.
What travellers do you speak of?
The first to arrive was a sobbing child searching for his mother. After him, many a damned soul carrying their own heads in hand. Then those whose thoughts passed through me. A minister of God tormented by doubt.
Hold on. A minister of God? Monsignor de la Fare?
A scholar with soul star-filled, and a learned master of alchemy.
Monsieur Bailly and Monsieur Lavoisier.
A usurer who shed so many tears for his lady.
Monsieur Necker mourning his wife.
All bound to the anchor stone. Wretched souls for ascension to the heavens repelled.
The anchor stone, monsieur.
Lapis philosophorum.
The philosopher's stone.
Aye! Vile knave who took it for his own lately. No count is he but that of trespass and perfidy.
Cagliostro.
Well met. The rope for this varlet and I shall be avenged. The anchor stone keeps the travelers in this limbo and makes them masters of the Iron Titans. From the defunct springs the fire that burns inside these demons. Lanterns of the dead. Witchcraft of the blackest sort.
The terrible slaughter. You say I was just observing the massacres?
Aye. Vile, innumerable crimes. The devil's own accursed titans and their restless horde. They drinketh from the lake where the souls of the dead sleep. Men and women offered in sacrifice to feed the pyre. Then the terrible maw was opened, and in flowed legion of the dead. Ne'er hast I seen such and so many here during all my stay. Oh. The stone is verily mine dark confine. Lonely, so lonely, that mine vessel is no more. And my soul still cloistered in this place. Alack, I do despair of ever ascending to heaven. Gentle dame, I prithee do shatter my stone.
You want me to break the stone that contains your soul? Is that what you're asking me to do?
Aye, my God, I beg thee.
Do you know where this stone is? You've been buried for more than 3 centuries, monsieur.
The precious jewel, sublime treasure, was inscribed in my legacy, my testament. On my tomb engraved, gentle dame, on the tomb!
What a strange encounter. I must tell Abbe Grégoire about it immediately.
Ну понятно. Коль скоро меня не постигнет неудача, заклинаю вас, Амбруаз и Родан, храбрые ученики, запечатать мой кабинет навеки. Ни единой вещи не берите и не трогайте, лишь возведите стену, дабы ничья нога не приступила этот порог. Предайте наше знание забвению, ибо оно опасно в неумелых руках. Молитесь всемилостивому Господу о прощении нечестивого грешника, чтобы навсегда упокоился ваш учитель месье Николя Фламель. Ой, еще тут что-то есть. Душа освобожденного тела не изнывает от мирских нужд. Лапирис форусиум исполняет малейшее желание счастливому страннику небытия ни к чему злата несчастных тщеславных принцев. Смерти более не тяготеет и не отравляет плотское существование, и потому великий камень ловушка ценнейшая из сокровищ. Кстати, об этом камне ловушки еще говорилось в древних источниках, что вот эти внеземные цивилизации, типа у них есть такие технологии, которые заточают души человека в камень и потом используют ее в целях передвижения своих кораблей космических. Ну, я не знаю, может, это какой-то бред. Вот, но я где-то об этом читал или слышал на ютубе, я уже не помню. Ладно, возвращаемся назад, тут больше ничего нет. Так, а у меня жетон кареты есть. Че вот это блукать, искать? Зашел вот так вот, оба, и все. Ага.
Can I help you, Aegis?
The plan worked as we had hoped. My spirit left my body and I traveled to the in-between.
This is extraordinary. It confirms all my theories.
You were right about the rest, too. Nicholas Flamel's soul had never left the in-between.
Mon Dieu, 4 centuries. What a fearsome fate. Were you able to speak with this unfortunate soul?
Yes, mon père. He claimed that I'd been in purgatory for a long time, but had never spoken until then.
Please, go on.
He said he had met other visitors. Based on his descriptions, he was speaking of Monseigneur de la Feur, Minister Necker, Monsieur Bailly and Monsieur Lavoisier. They all seemed unaware of his presence. All bound to the anchor stone. Those were his words.
All those whom Cagliostro turned into his homicidal playthings. Yes, it is just as I thought. The subject has the impression of being the automat it is bound to, but his soul remains in the in-between world.
Mon père, Monsieur Flamel begged me to free him from purgatory. He has suffered for too long.
How can we help him?
If he is to be believed, we would simply have to break his stone.
Of course, the Philosopher's Stone. The anchor stone that keeps him in the in-between. But where could it be after all this time?
Look at this, mon père. These are Philosopher's Stones made by Cagliostro's hand. Do they look familiar?
Heavens, they do. Aegis. The ancient chalice of Saint-Jacques is adorned with a similar stone. It was entrusted to me by the parish priests, along with some other relics. I stored it in a reliquary chest in this very room. Here's the key. Go. Let us not waste a second more.
Goodbye, mon père. Here it is.
4 centuries, Aegis. 4 centuries. No mind can begin to comprehend what this poor man has suffered.
Is this the fate that awaits us? An eternity of silence and solitude?
Purgatory is just a stop on the journey, Monseigneur.
Oh, I would give anything to believe it again.
Monsieur Flamel, the time has come to set you free.
Seigneur, Dieu nous garde.
Oh, blessed maid who has broken my chains! Heavenly light! Oh, heavenly light! I shall become one with it!
Et cum haec dixis et videntibus illis elevatus est.
And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up.
Hallelujah! Purgatory is not the end. Do you know what that means, Abbot?
Before I say anything, I would like to take the time to consider the phenomenon we have just witnessed with a clear head.
You are mistaken. What we have just seen and heard makes us new apostles. From this day on, I will live only to share the good news of this divine manifestation.
Что это было?
That
Непонятно.
is all well and good, Monseigneur. Alas, I will not be able to join your apostolate, for there is no mission more vital than the one we are undertaking. At a moment when the tyrant aims to annihilate his subjects, I have a duty to put deeds before prayer.
Ладно, я понял. Сейчас я с ними еще потрещу. Вот с этим надо поговорить.
Monseigneur.
What can I do for you, Aegis?
Goodbye, Monseigneur.
Allez en paix.
Can I help you, Aegis?
Goodbye, Mon.
Короче, ни с кем не хочет говорить.
Monsieur Ps5. Goodbye, Monsieur Ps5. Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do for you, Aegis?
Goodbye, Monsieur Lavoisier.
Так, с порохом я знаю, что делать.
So how is Monsieur Marat?
I haven't met him yet.
He is your only chance to reach the Bastille, Aegis. You must speak to him. He's holed up in the quarries of Montmartre, hiding from the Marquis de Lafayette.
Goodbye, Monsieur de Robespierre.
Так, и последний вот этот чувачок.
Have you found my mother?
No, not yet.
Remember, rumor has it she lives in the slums of the Marais, in the shadow of the Bastille.
Goodbye, Monsieur le Comte. Monsieur le Marquis.
I'm listening, Aegis.
Goodbye, Miss.
Со всеми поздоровались и пошли дальше. Так, ну думаю, на этом мы закончим сегодняшнюю серию, так как я уже немножко подустал и надо ко сну готовиться. Так, в магазин сейчас быстренько посмотрим, что можно продать. Химическая капсула. Блин, у меня столько всего. Сколько прокачка стоит? Сейчас. 14 душ. Да, пошли они в задницу. Сейчас одним глазком посмотрю, что тут у нас за поместье. Добраться до монастыря Шахт. Опа, опа. Все мимо, ладно, идем дальше. Так, ребята, всем спасибо за просмотр. И девчата, ставим лайки, подписываемся на канал, жмем колокольчик, чтобы не пропустить свежие новые выпуски. Ух ты, вот это я не туда пошел. Короче, до новых встреч и счастливо. С вами был Шустрый Пис, мир, пока.